أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. So inshallah we will learn 2 ayats of Surah Luqman today. Ayat number 20 and 21. So we'll do a simple translation first and then we'll do a detailed breakdown. The ayat starts with the statement from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, Alam tarau, have you not seen? The simple meaning is that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is addressing the mankind. Have you not come to know or have you not seen? Anna Allah, that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala sakhara lakum, has subjected for you, has given into your control, mafis samawati, whatsoever is in the heavens, wa mafil ardi, and whatsoever is there on the earth, wa asbagha, and he has bestowed in plenty, alaykum, upon you or for you, ni'amahu, his bounties, his favors, his in'am. And then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala uses 2 words, zahiratan wa batinatan. The meaning is that all those blessings and all those favors which are open, clear to you, they are visible to you. The other hand, there are a lot of favors and bounties of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala which you cannot perceive, you cannot see. They are invisible to you, but they are blessings of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala upon you. Then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala mentions the nature of the mankind by saying, وَمِنَ النَّاسِ, and among the people, مَنْ يُجَادِلُ, is someone who disputes fillahi, about Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, بِغَيْرِ عِلْمٍ, without the knowledge, wala hudan, and without the guidance, wala kitabim munir, and without a book which is openly, clearly giving the light. Then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in the next ayat is again talking about the nature of some people. Wa idha qila, when it is said, lahum, to those people, ittabi'u, follow, ma anzalallahu, what Allah has sent down. So their reply is, qalu, they said, they reply, bal nattabi'u, but we will follow, ma wajadna, what we have found, alayhi, upon, aba'ana, our forefathers. So what our elders had been doing, the way they have been practicing the religion or worshipping, we will continue following that way instead of what Allah has sent down now. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is responding to them of this statement by saying, awalau, even if, kana shaytanu yad'uhum, the shaitan had been calling them means their parents or their forefathers also, ila azabis sa'ir, towards a punishment which is of the blazing fire. So even if their forefathers had been doing and they were being invited by shaitan, they still follow their forefathers instead of following what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is sending down in the Quran now. So these are basically the simple meanings of the 2 ayats. So we will do a detailed understanding of some of the words here. The ayat starts with alam tarau. Here this is a negative statement. Have they not seen? So what I want to do is explain some words that make a Quranic statement as a negative statement. So there are several of those. It's important that we understand them. So we will start with the basic word that we use for the learning fa'ala, fa, ain and lam, and the meaning of this word is to do. Now, if I combine these together and put 3 fatahs on each of them and pronounce as fa'ala, the meaning of this simple word is he, third person, and past tense did. What I want to point it out that when you make a sentence or a word like that, which is called fi'liya, which means a verbal statement, very simple, fa'ala, he did. Now, what I want to point out that if I add a ma in the beginning, ma has multiple meanings, but when it is placed before the past tense, fa'ala is a past tense did, it changes the meaning he did not do. So it makes the negative. So that is one of the negative word, ma, which makes a statement which is past tense, a verbal statement, into a negative statement. He did not do. So that is ma. Then let's look another one. These are the root letters. If I, for example, I put a ta in the beginning. Ta brings the meaning of you. And this makes it a present tense. You do. And its harakat are taf, alu. So when you pronounce with a ta in the beginning and 3 letters joined, pronouncing taf alu, the meaning is you, second person, and present tense. Taf alu, you do. Now I want to make this a negative sentence. To make a present tense, you put a la in the beginning. So la will make it you do not do. Present tense, make it negative. Do not do. So if it is present tense, you put a la in the beginning. If it's a past tense, you put a ma in the beginning. 2 things. La is a negative. La nafiya, for example, make it nafi, negative. La has another characteristic. This is a verbal statement. This is a failya jumla. Okay. Instead of fail, if I have a noun, what la does to the noun? If the word is ilahun, just a simple word that we know, ilahun means a god, something which is used to worship. Anything that a person worships is ilahun. Now, if I put la before that, la negates this statement, but la does one thing. La looks, this is a noun, this is a verb, so make sure that we have only talking about the noun. When la comes before the noun, it looks at the last letter, there are 2 dhammas or 2 pesh, it changes into 1 fataha. And this is something we have to read all the time. La ilaha illallah. When we say la ilaha, that means ilahun became ilaha. So that's a characteristic of la. It negates. What's the meaning? It says there is no God. La ilaha means there is no God. So it basically is negating the noun that there is no God here, except that after that we say illallah, except Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So la, when it comes before the noun, it changes into last letter fataha, zabar. But if it comes before a verbal statement, present tense, it makes the statement negative. He goes, he does not go. Okay. 2 things, ma and la. The third thing is lam. That's coming here, and that's the reason I wanted to ponder on these things. Lam. This is also a negative making word, but it has its own characteristics, so we want to break this down. First of all, simple way is that the meaning of this is also not, but it does couple other things. We'll look into that. When we put an alif in the beginning with a fatah and hamza, this letter is used to bring the statement of a question. So lam means not, but when you put alif with a fatah and a hamza on it, the meaning becomes, is it not? So it's become a question mark. Okay. Alif makes a question mark, lam is negative. So two of them together will make the statement asking in a negative way, is it not? Okay, so that is one thing. Now let's look at the word after that. We'll break it down in a way that starts with the letter fa and lam, fa'ala. Fa'ala means to do. If I put, as I just mentioned, put a ta in the beginning and pronounce taf'alu, this is the grammar or meaning is a second person you and present tense. So the meaning is you do. Okay. One person is you, and I'm telling the person who's one person, singular person, and I'm telling that he is doing something or will do something, present tense. Now I want to add few things in here. First of all, I want to add a waw in there. This waw is called waw of a jama'a. It makes the word plural. So the meaning will be you, not singular, but plural, do, or are doing, or will do. Okay. Now what we are going to do, we are going to add a letter called noon after that. Okay. The noon is called noon-e-arabi. Right now it doesn't seem it has any purpose or value. But in this making the sentence, this noon will play a very important role. Sometimes we will change its sound, sometimes we'll throw it away. For example, simple statement is that you go or you do. Straight present tense statement. Now I want to bring the possibility. You might go. You should go. Which means all these things that are part of the future tense are bringing other possibilities. So to bring that concept in the statement, we take the help of this additional noon that we have just added right now there. So presently, the word is taf'aluna. Taf'aluna means you all do. You all are doing. Present tense, second person, plural. Taf'aluna. Now this template we want to use on another word, which is ra, alif and ya. This means to see. And we want to make a sentence, you see, or you will see, or you are seeing, that kind of a statement, which is the same template. But one thing is different in these three letters. It has only one letter solid, which is ra. Alif and ya are weak letters. They are called huruf illat. So when we make a word out of these weak letters, many things do happen. Okay. First of all, let's follow this template. I want to make a statement, you see, which is taf'aluna. So I have to put a ta in the beginning and then vuna at the end because that's the standard. Okay. Now, middle letters are ra, alif and ya, which are same like fa and ain and lam. So first of all, I'm just going to put them as they are, ra, alif, ya. Okay. If I pronounce, it will be very funny sound. Tar'ayawna. Tar'ayawna. Taf'aluna, tar'yauna, probably. But because there are two weak letters, alif and ya, so in the sound, they are just sound letters. To make this simple statement, we throw away both of them. Okay? So if I throw them away, what is left here? Ta is left, Vaw, Ra is left, Vaw and Noon are left. Tarawna. Tarawna. Tarawna means you see. Present tense, important thing is that keep in mind, we are talking about present tense. Taf'aluna, you do. Tarawna, you see. Okay, now we are going to put a lam before that. Lam will make it negative statement. You do not see. Okay, but lam does couple other things. It's not like la. What it does, it looks at the next word, which is just a verb here, tarawna, you see. Okay, simple meaning is you see. Or you are seeing. Okay. Now, first thing it does, it looks at the next word, which is a fa'ala, verbal statement, and changes last letter from fatah to a sukoon. Okay. That is the characteristic of lam. It changes last letter of the word to a sukoon sound. Now you have two sukoons together, one or jazam on waw and jazam on noon. You cannot pronounce these things. If there are two sukoons or jazam on two letters, you cannot pronounce. So what we do, we just throw this away. Noon, because we added that noon for some reason, we throw away. So what is left? Taraw. Okay, we just add in the script an alif with a 0 on it, and this is just a writing. Its purpose is alif firqaya, to separate this word from another word after that. So it has no purpose for any reason. I think in modern Arabic script, in the newspaper, they don't even write this alif anymore. So anyway, so the statement is alam taraw, but lam is not done yet. Lam will do third damage now. What it will do? It will pull this word into the past tense. So instead of you see, it will become you saw. So now translate. Alam taraw. Have you not seen? Did you not see? You have to translate into the past. Have you not come to know? So that's the importance, the way statement is being made here. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is addressing the reader of the Quran, plural, all the people. Have you not seen? Have you not come to know? Which means by saying that, those few words, the attention is being drawn that something is important is going to be talked about now. Okay, so that is the format of alam taraw. This is plural. The singular of this we read all the time. Alam tara kaifa fa'ala. There Allah is addressing one person. Have you not seen? Have you not come to know? Here it is just a plural. Taraw. Addressing is to all the people. All the people, have you not come to know or have you not seen? Then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala wants to say what is that He is mentioning here. The word is being used as anna. Anna and inna are two words that come a lot in the Quran. Okay. What do they do and what's the meaning of them? Anna has generally two meanings, that and indeed, which means surely. First meaning is surely. And that. Inna has only one meaning, surely, indeed, positively, without any doubt. Okay? It doesn't have the second meaning. when inna comes in the beginning of a word, it looks at the noun. For example, Allahu is the noun. And the last letter has a dhamma or a pesh. Inna will change this to a fataha. That's the characteristic of that. The meaning will be indeed, surely, Allah is. Inna comes in the beginning of a sentence. Okay. Anna has the same meaning, but his additional meaning that. Anna usually comes in the middle of the sentence, but it does the same thing. It looks at the last letter, Allahu, and changes to Allah. And then you read them together, so it becomes Annallaha. Okay, you pronounce Annallaha instead of Anna Allahu, Annallaha. That Allah, Alam Tarau, have you not seen or come to know? Annallaha, that Allah, so much. Then after that, the word is Sakhara lakum. Root letters are Seen, Kha and Ra. These are three letters, so when there are three which belong to the group of the words, we call group Fa'ala, Babe Fa'ala. Three letters, mostly we know the meaning of this. Sakhara means to laugh at something. Maskhara is a person who makes you laugh. So Sakhara means to laugh at someone. Okay, but if I put a shadda on the middle letter and call it a fa'ala, this would become sakhara. Sakhara has different meaning. Sakhara means to subject, to give control to someone, to give the authority. Musakhar is the word. Means you are allowing someone to do something. You are putting something under the control of someone. That's the meaning of sakhara. Okay. Now, so if I put three fathas, this becomes the grammar of past tense. He, whoever that third person is, and if I take the meaning subject, subject means to control, give a control to someone. So past tense will be he subjected.
Subordinated.
No, not subordinated, subjected. Subjected means something given in your usage, control, you can use it. Okay. So he, now, before this word sakhara comes, a noun is coming, Allah. So this he will be replaced by that word. So the meaning will be Allah has subjected, means Allah has given you control. And we will see what it actually means, he has given you control. Lakum, lakum means to you. And kum, la has multiple meanings, but it is harf-e-jar, and here we will translate as a to. Kum means you all, and here all mankind. You, plural word, kum is plural, and address is to the mankind. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is directly addressing the mankind, the human being. First he is saying, oh all the men, have you not seen something? And then he says, it is Allah. Indeed it is Allah. Without any doubt it is Allah. Sakhara lakum, he has given you control. All of you have given control. Now what is that he has given control over? The word Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is using same words, but in one case he is using samawat, in the other case he is using the word al-ard. Here I want to point out that the word ma here, when the ma is, we saw in the beginning, it became before fa'ala, it made it negative, ma fa'ala. But ma has another meaning. Ma means whatever. Is another meaning, and based on the sentence, here there is no verbal statement, so ma meaning whatever. Okay, so that's how we'll translate. Now, the other word we commonly know and repeats again and again, sama'un means sky or heaven. Its plural is samawatun. Samawatun is translated not skies but as heavens. Samawatun, and only Allah knows what these heavens are. But Sab'a Samawat, Quran uses 7 heavens. Samawatun. Then you put al before that. Al means the heavens, and al will remove one dhamma. And seen is a shamsi letter. You do not pronounce the lam because of the seen. So you pronounce as-samawatu. Important thing is that when you start, the word is very different. So the word is as-samawatu. Now put a fi in the beginning. Fi is a harf jar, it means in. And again, so first thing fi will do is change this last letters, dhamma or pesh, to a kasra. So the word becomes samawati. Then when you recite, you do not recite this alif in the beginning of al, and lam is already not recited, so it becomes fis samawati. There were so many changes that took place. At the end, it is ma fis samawati, whatsoever is in the heavens. Allah has subdued for you, Allah has put under your control whatsoever is in the heavens. We do not know except few things that we can point out. Allah has subjected to our service the sun. It provides everything that earth and the people and the creation on the earth needs, is serving the mankind. Moon is serving the mankind. Anything above clouds are serving the mankind. And what else is there? Stars are serving the mankind. We do not appreciate nowadays the service of the stars. In the olden days, you could not even travel in the desert without knowing the position of the stars. Those were your guides. The ships used to sail in the water with the help of the stars. The direction, because those days there was no mechanical instruments, so stars' locations were the guide for the journey of the ships, and so all those things were there in the these stars were in the heavens. They are serving the mankind. They are serving the people. That is the meaning of sakhara. Everything has been put to provide a service to the mankind. Sakhara lakum. Allah is addressing the mankind here, that all these. Now, those are only few things. But the word after that, when Allah uses the wama fil ardi, ardun means earth, and you make the similar sentence, whatsoever is on the earth. On the earth and in the earth, everything is there to serve the mankind. To the point that if man wants to make a change, Allah allows him to make a change. He wants to cut down the forest and make the houses there. No angel comes and stops him from doing that. Allah allows him to make even the changes. Not only that, he has put everything on the earth to serve the mankind, to subdue the mankind, to provide everything that mankind wants to do, the way he wants to live or anything. Allah has given authority to man for the short time. So that is what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is drawing the attention, that think about it, everything is serving you. Not only that, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala further says, wa asbagha. So let's look at this word. Waw means and the root letters are seen, ba, and ghain. These are 3 letters, fa'ala. We are going to make a bigger word by adding an alif, bab number 4, af'ala. So this becomes asbagha. What is the meaning of asbagha? Asbagha means to provide, to bestow, to give something in plenty. If someone is giving you, favoring you, and it's a lot of favor, that is the word asbagha. So when we put 4 fatahas on that one, af'ala, asbagha, it becomes the grammar of he, third person, and the past tense. He has bestowed plenty, he has provided a lot. He is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. What he has provided, alaykum, upon you or for you. Then the word Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is using, and these are the common words we know, is noon, ayn, and mim. The ni'mat is a blessing or bounty or favor of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Ni'matun, okay. The word ni'amun, mun is a plural. In the Quran is starting with this word. This means favors, bounties, blessings, ni'ama. Then who, add with this thing. Okay? Who is he, and this is pointing to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So when you combine these two as mudaf ilayh, it will be his favors. And by combining, one pesh, one dhamma goes away, pronouns don't change. So the word is ni'amohu, his bounties, his favors, his blessing. Okay, now this word is coming as a maf'ul or subject of asbagha. He is giving you something. And so the work is being done on this word. And when the work is done, it is subject, is a maf'ul. And the sign of that is that we take the last letter and change dhamma to a fataha. Khalaqal insana. Insano became insana because it's coming as a subject of the verb. Asbagha is a verb. This is a subject. It is being given. So ni'amahu is the word in the Quran. His bounties, his blessings, Allah has bestowed plenty upon you, a lot of them upon you. Then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala further defines his blessings by using two words. Zahiratan wa batinatan are the words in the Quran, but the root letters are, and we know most of these, za, ha, and ra, and ba, ta, and noon are the root letters for the other word. They are the opposite meanings of these. Zahara means something which is clearly open to you, visible to you. Batana is something which is hidden from you, which is not clear to you. So the noun from this is zahiratun. Zahiratun is something which is very clear. Zahiratun is a feminine word, so we put a ta marbuta at the end and pronounce zahiratun. Always when we make the noun first time, last letters will have two dhammas or two pesh. This is batinatun. Batinatun and zahiratun are two things. One of them is very clear to you, is blessings. We see his blessings, his bounties upon us all the time. Clearly they are visible to us outside. Batinan are the hidden blessings which we don't even know. How Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is functioning our body from inside. It's hidden from us. How the heart is beating, how is the blood circulating, how our food is digesting. All those are the ni'mas of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, but they are hidden from our visible nature of the human being. So you can classify his bounties, blessings as visible and invisible, open, clear, or hidden, however you define. But one thing I want to point out, because these ni'mats are again, work is being done on them. So they are again maf'ul or subject. And whenever we do that, we put two fathahs instead of two dhammas at the end. So the word in the sentence becomes zahiratan and batinatan, not tun anymore, but it's a language. And in between there is a waw, and that means visible and invisible, but in the tajweed you pronounce zahiratam wa batinatam. Instead of noon, sound noon unna, zahiratam wa batinatam. Then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala reflects upon the nature of the human being. What does man do? وَمِنَ النَّاسِ And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, important thing is that every word is so precisely placed here. If you translate, you will see the beauty. The word is insun. Insun means mankind. Its plural is nasun. Nasun means people. Nasun. Then you put al before that. It becomes the pupil, the mankind. And al, noon is a shamsi letter, so lam, sound of lam will go away, and you will pronounce anna so. Al removes one. Anna so, the pupil. Just simple meaning is the pupil. Now, wow before that is and, but Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is using a word min. Min has the meaning of from or among. So let's use the word meaning among. Now, the word is min with a sukoon on the last letter. It's a harf jar. But harf jar will look at the next word, last letter, dhamma will change to a kasra. Now, in the tajweed, to combine this sukoon with this sukoon, we cannot pronounce. So we purposely change the sound of this to a fataha and pronounce minan nasi. What Allah is saying that there are people, but in those people there are some people. Min means some people. Among them are some people, which means Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala still wants to keep some of his servants who are thankful to him, who are obedient to him. All of them are not alike. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, by using the word min, is separating some people from some other people. So وَمِنَ النَّاسِ and among the people are those people. Who are those people? Are being talked about next. The word man, man has a different meaning. Man means who or whoever. Min is a different word, harf jar. Man is not a harf jar. Man means who or whoever. The word is jadala. Next root letters are jim, dal, and lam. Jadala means to fight. We say jango jadal, which means fighting. But if I make a bigger word by putting an alif between these two letters, it becomes jadila. This has a different meanings. Jadila means to dispute, to have an argument, to have a verbal discussion. That's the meaning of jadala. Jadala is different, jadala is different word. It's made of the same root letters, but the meaning is very different. So when you put a ya in the beginning, it becomes the grammar of third person and present tense. Yaf'alu, he does. But in these four-letter words, first letter carries dhamma or pesh, so it becomes yujadilu. Yujadilu means he disputes, he argues, he has a verbal argument. That's the meaning of this yujadilu. Okay, and then man is before that. So when you read together, man yujadilu. Among the people is he who disputes. The meaning so far is that Allah is saying that among the mankind there is someone, or there are some people who just argue, who just disputes, who just disagree. About what? Fillahi, about Allah Himself. Okay? Fi means in, but about is the best translation. Allahu will become Allahi because the fi is a harfijar. Fillahi means about Allah. So among the people there are some who dispute about Allah Himself. Allah says what their dispute is about. What is the basis of their dispute? Quran uses the word beautifully, 3 words, but let's just start with the first one. بِغَيْرِ عِلْمٍ. Okay? This word بِغَيْر, it actually we pronounce it بَغَيْر. That means without. But Arabic word is بِغَيْر. But let's break it down. The root letters are Ghain, Ya and Ra. And Ain, Lam and Mim. These, okay? When we make the noun, it becomes ghayrun. It always starts with the correct noun. Ghai and last letter has 2 pesh or 2 dhammas. Ghayrun. The meaning that we know in Urdu, ghayr means other. Someone is other is ghayr. So let's start with that meaning, other. The noun here is full word is ilmun. Last letter with 2 dhammas or pesh. Ilmun means knowledge. Simple word. Now we are going to combine these 2 nouns together as mudaf ilayh. By joining we usually put an off, but we will modify the meaning here. So when I combine these 2 nouns, the rule is that on the first noun you remove 1 pesh or 1 dhamma. On the second one you just take both of them and make 2 kasras or 2 zairs. So now the word became ghayru ilmin, other of knowledge. Still not a very good statement. Other of knowledge. Now I'm going to do a couple other things. I'm going to put a letter B with a kasra harfijar underneath. B means with, for example. There are many meanings, okay? B will do first that it will look at the last letter here and change this to a kasra. So it becomes bi-ghayri. That's the word in the Quran. The combined meaning of these 2 words, the best meaning is without. So bi-ghayr meaning together is without. Without knowledge. Bi-ghayri ilmin means without knowledge. He disputes about Allah without any knowledge. He doesn't have the knowledge, but he starts disputing. When you talk to him about Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, he starts talking about that he knows, but Allah says he doesn't have any knowledge. Number 1. Number 2, he does not have, and I'm going to skip 1 word and then come back to that. Ha, dal and ya. This means to guide, hidayat, okay. Hudan is the noun and that means guidance. Ya is not pronounced, it is written there. The word is hudan. Hudan means guidance or knowledge. The other word is kataba. Kataba means to write. And kitabun is the book. Okay. Kitabun. So we have 2 words here. Hudan, guidance, and kitabun, book. Now I'm going to do a little bit manipulation here. The word before is a vav, means and. The word before kitabun is vav, which means and. Okay? So when you want to say and, then this word bighayr first is going to apply to this word ilm, without the knowledge. The same word, because of the waw, will apply to this one, without guidance. The same word will apply to the word kitabun, without any book. Couple other things I'm going to come in between. So three things will happen. Because bighayri changed ilmun to ilmin, it will change kitabun to kitabin. And it will change hudan to hudin, but it is written the same way. Okay. It is still, it will not be written as hudin, it will be still, it is still a jar. It is still changed to a state of jar, but it still remains hudan. And kitabin will change because it's a full noun. Now, notice one thing. If this bighayri word acted upon the knowledge, without knowledge, it acted upon the guidance, which means bighayri hudan, without any knowledge, he is still disputing. Bighayri kitabin, without a book, is still disputing. So statement is complete there. Then why the word la is being used there? Think about it. If the form of the sentence is that this word bighayri is so powerful that first it changed ilmun to ilmin, then it acted upon this hudan, then it acted upon the kitabun. It's doing all the purpose. Why the word waw and lam, alif are being used? Let me spend some time on that thing. Waw means and la means not. In English, first statement. These two words combined together, wallah can be first translated in English as nor. Okay, so I'm going to use the nor now. Bighayri ilmin, without any knowledge, wala hudan, nor any guidance, wala kitabin, nor any. So it is like concept of neither and nor, but that's not all. In Arabic, in the beginning I defined that this la is la nafiya, which means it makes the statement negative. La taf'alu, do not do it. This la is not a la of negative here. It is not a la of nafiya. This la has a different meaning, it has a different name. Based on the context, this la is called taqeed. Taqeed means to emphasize. Okay. Taqeed-e-zaida. These are the words we know, but I'm going to explain to you. Zaida is from ziyada. Ziyada means extra. Taqeed is to emphasize. So this word la is not doing the negation of it, but it is emphasizing the statement here. So la is taqeed-e-zaida is not translating as a nor or not, but it is putting the emphasis in the statement. Bighayri ilmin, without any knowledge, and Allah is saying, and definitely without any guidance, and definitely without a book, the man is still disputing. So the deeper, the meanings are very, very deeper if you go into the real vocabulary and fusha of the Arabic grammar and the Quranic. In their normal spoken language, they don't even know what taqeed-e-zaida is, what this lam is doing there, because that's a amiya, that's a common language. Quranic fusha is very established language. So here, the emphasis being made that this man, among the people, this person, he is disputing about Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. First of all, he doesn't have any knowledge. He is illiterate person. Second thing, definitely without any guidance. Definitely without any kitab. he is disputing. Now, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is emphasizing on the word kitab, adding one more word, munir. Munir is from the word nur. It means to light. Okay. The word is munirun. What is munirun? Munirun. Full word has always spaced to the maz at the end. So munir. So we call moon as a munir. Moon reflects the light. Moon does not send the light of its own. Okay. Sun is called siraj. Siraj, and moon is called munir. But there are multiple meanings. But actual meaning of the munir is something which is light, bright, shining. Okay? This kitab is a kitab which is shining, bright, giving the light, giving the brightness, which means very, very clear, no doubt in that book. The word is munirun, but this word is coming as a sifat, adjective of kitab. Kitab has two kasras, so munir will have two kasras. That is the reason of a quality of a sifat, that it follows the noun. So the full word is kitabum munirun, but here it is kitabin munirin, which means definitely he doesn't hold any book that gives any light to him. He is still disputing about Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So much emphasis is given on this thing. Then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in the next ayat further says that what else this man does. وَإِذَا قِيلَ لَهُمُ اتَّبِعُوا. First of all, a couple things that I want to repeat here. Va means and. The word إِذَا. Iza means when, but this is used for the future when. Important thing, and it does certain things. Okay, now the word qawla means to say. Okay, and qila is a passive, it is said, or actually past tense. Qala, he said. Qila, it was said. So the meaning of qila is it was said. It's a past tense. But the word idha, which is future, is so strong that it pulls the meaning into the future and present tense. So the meaning of wa idha qila is and when or whenever it is said, lahum, to them, to the people. What is said to these people? Ittabi'u, common word. Taba'a are the root letters. 3 letters, fa'ala. We are going to make a bigger bab by adding 2 letters, alif and a ta, and it comes if ta'ala. We add an alif and we add an ta in the beginning, in between. So this becomes ittaba'a. We added 2 letters, alif and a ta. So ittaba means to follow. Ittabi'u is a command, order. We broke it down earlier. Follow. وَإِذَا قِيلَ لَهُمُ اتَّبِعُوا, you combine لَهُمُ اتَّبِعُوا. When it is said to them, follow. What follow? Ma anzalallahu. Ma here means whatever. Okay? Anzalallahu, Allah has sent down. Nazala, anzala means to send down. Anzala, he is sent down. Anzalallahu, Allah has sent down. The revelation, the Quran, the verses. Whenever it is said to these people, follow, obey what Allah has sent down, they reply, qalu, they said. Again, you can translate they say, because iza will pull into the future. They will say, or they say. Bal has meaning of but. But usually it denies first and then say nay but. Then the word again, the same root letters, noon, when we put a noon in the beginning on the three letters, for example, and pronounce naf'alu, this noon brings the meaning of we, plural of first person we, and present tense. So that is the characteristic of noon. Naf'alu, we do. So this is what. So we put the noon in the beginning of this ittaba'a, it becomes nittaba'u, nittabi'u. We follow. We do follow because this of noon is in the beginning of nattabi'u. We follow. What do we follow? Their reply is we follow. Ma means that. Then I'm going to rewrite this thing word here, Allah and who. Allahu. Ma Allahu. Allah, if I write down these together, this will become the sound of alay, he. Okay. Actually, the word is Allah, is a harf jar. It does not change the who, but in the tajweed only recitation, we pronounce who as he. Alayhi means upon it, or upon that, or of that. Okay. So, or so just translate as of that, or about that, or about what. So far, if I just read them and translate them together, ma, there's a word wajadna, but I'm writing this first and then wajadna after that. So let me translate this one and then combine these two translations, and then alayhi comes after that. Wajada means to find. The word we know majud. Majud is something which can be found, present. So wajada means to find. Falna, we did. Wajadna, we found. Okay. So ma alayhi, whatever wajadna, we found of that. Whatever of that, aba'ana, our fathers. Whatever our fathers were doing, whatever we found our fathers doing, forefathers doing, nattabi'u, we are following that. So their answer is that, qalu, they said, bal nattabi'u, but we are following, ma wajadna, whatever we find, alayhi, upon what they were doing, aba'ana, our forefathers were doing. Whatever our elders were doing, the way they were worshipping, the way they were believing, whatever we found them doing, we are still doing the same thing. We don't want to follow what Allah has sent down because they are giving preference over their forefathers over Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Allah is answering them now by saying, awalau. Again, as I said, is a question mark. Va means and law means if. Okay. Awalau, even if it is, even if. So the combined translation will be, even if. A question is being asked, even if, even though, kana shaitanu yad'uhum. First of all, kana is from the kavana, comes again and again, to be. Kana means it is, or he is. But remember that this is the past tense. So actually, literally, the translation should be it was. We'll keep it there and then we'll fix it. Then the next word is dal and waw. Da'aw means to call. Ya, when you put a ya in the beginning, yad'u is a plural, waw is a plural. They call. Yad'u, they call. Okay, so it's a present tense. They call. Now, this is a past tense and this is a present tense. When kana comes in this combination, it modifies the meaning of the word after that. Instead of saying they call, from the past they are still calling. So the meaning of kana yad'u will be they have been calling, or it actually whom after that, I will add one more word. Whom means them. Okay. Them are these people who are saying that they will follow their forefathers. But the word in between is ash-shaytanu. Ash-shaytanu. So this he, so she will translate as that. Kana shaitanu. Kana, he was. Shaitan was. Yad'u, he was calling. The shaitan had been calling. Shaitan had been inviting them. Whom means them. Them are these people who are saying they want to follow their forefathers. So Allah saying, awalaw, even if kana shaitanu, shaitan has been yad'u, calling whom them. Even if the shaitan has been working on their forefathers and calling them, where he's calling them? Ila adhabis sa'ir. Okay. So ila means to, azab is a punishment. So actually the word is ayn, zal and ba. The word is azabun. Azabun. Azabun means punishment. Then the other word is seen, ayn and ra. Sa'ara. Sa'ara means something to burn very, very hot. Okay. So sa'ir is the word at the wazan of fa'il. Sa'irun, if it's the full word, last letter switched to the mas. Sa'irun means something blaze, flames, hot burning fire, and it is used for the hellfire. Okay. So one word is azabun, the other word is sa'irun. First thing you do, you put an al before that. Al means da. Al will remove one page. Al sa'iru, but seen is a shamsi letter, so lam will not be pronounced. So it will be as-sa'iru, the blazing hot. Then you combine with the word azab, and by the combination, azabun will become azabu, sa'iru becomes sa'iri. Then you read them together. The word is adabus sa'iri, punishment of the blazing fire, punishment of the hellfire. Then the word ila is a harf-jar. Before that, ila will look at the next word, change this dhamma to a kasra. Final combination of the three words will be as it is in the Quran. Ila adabis sa'iri. When you stop, last letter you do not pronounce the harkat on the last letter, ra with a kasra. Instead you pronounce this, don't write, they pronounce as a sukoon. Sa'ir. Qari will stretch the letter ya to make it beautiful. ila adhabis sa'ir, and then he will stop. So that's the rule of tajweed recitation, that when you stop, you still write kasra under there, but in the tajweed pronounce like a sukoon. And usually in this kind of, there is a ya in the before that, or waw or alif, and he stretches on those letters. Okay, so ila adhab as-sa'ir, to the blaze burning hot fire. Even though Allah is saying that Awalaw, Shaitan had been inviting them, the people, towards the hellfire, they still want to follow their forefathers instead of what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is revealing to them in the Quran. So these are the meanings and breakdown of these words. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala help us understand the Quran the way it is supposed to be understood and practice it, not just listen to this or read, but understand and practice. Sadaqallahul Azim.